She's only 10 years old. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef, the Alt Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to another dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the news and true crime stories of the day that's pretty much caught my eye. And yes, only 10 years old, but a little girl has been charged with one of the most horrific crimes that you could imagine. What the deuce is going on? I'm going to break it all down for you. Before I do so, though, a little bit of housekeeping as always. Firstly, YouTube human reviewer, I see you lurking. I'm not going to say any trigger words or anything that's going to offend your ear holes. And to everyone else awesome enough to have clicked on this video, hi, welcome, how you doing? If you love news and true crime on the daily served with a little bit of sass and gobbiness, which is basically this, right? You need to make sure that you subscribe, like, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And so let's jump into it, shall we? This is nuts with a capital N, guys. Like, what? How am I in a reality where I am reading this article right now? Like, dude, a 10-year-old girl has been placed under arrest by Florida police in connection to a fatal incident on Memorial Day. The girl has been charged with second-degree unalivement. She was taken into custody after she allegedly that she did this, use a bang-bang situation against a woman following some kind of altercation. Now, shortly before midnight, the article says on 30th of May, two women were fighting in a courtyard between buildings at the Windsor Cove Apartments in Orlando, and that the police say. Now, the women identified was Lakrisha S Isaac, aged 31, and Lashun Denise Rodgers, aged 41. Now, witnesses say Isaac had physically not been very nice to Rodgers during a barbecue at the apartment complex. Rodgers retaliated, physically not being nice to Isaac in the face. Now, during this confrontation, witnesses had said that Isaac took off a backpack and gave it up to her young daughter. Now, unless this article says anything else that I've missed, doesn't really explain what these two women were actually arguing about in the first place. Why were they in an altercation? It's not like all of a sudden they're in the courtyard, they eyeball each other and they're thinking, all right, I know the best idea in the whole wide world to do next. Let me get into a nice angry confrontation with that lass. No, there must have been something, right? Okay. Now, the daughter has the backpack. The women continue to fight. Mum's like, oh, me handbag, lass. Daughter's like, okay. And then the woman goes back to fighting. Top marks, top marks. Now, according to witnesses, this little girl decides, best old thing in the world wide world? Let me have a sneaky peek in that backpack. Yeah. Because when you're handed a backpack and you don't know what's in it, that's pretty much the first thing you're going to do. You're going to open it up and see what's inside. Anything could be inside, but damn the risks, you're going to take a peek, aren't you? And that's exactly what this little girl did. And she's rummaging through the backpack, and according to witnesses, around that point, bang bang was heard. Rodgers falls to the ground, and the bang bang had aimed at her Swede. Now, the little girl, essentially, according to the police report, she was rummaging around that backpack, saw the bang bang implement, and used it. Rodgers was taken to hospital where there was just no coming back from that. unfortunately. Deputies said that Isaac's daughter yelled, "You shouldn't have messed with my mother," following the incident. I'm sorry, but what is that mother teaching that child? That mother, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, is not a freaking fit mother. Oh my goodness, how did that child get it into her head that when her mother is fighting another lass, that if this child somehow stumbles onto a bang implement, that, do you know what? Daughter thinks best idea in the whole wide world is to use it against her mother's opponent and be like, that's the last time you're gonna mess with my mum. What? What kind of healthy 10-year-old thinks like that? And what kind of freaking mother somehow gets their daughter to think like that? Because I'm sorry, it's all learned as far as I'm concerned. In my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, in this kind of situation, the mother has obviously given the daughter some kind of cockamamie lesson whereby someone messes with the family, you freaking retaliate in the worst way possible. What? This is freaking nuts with a capital N! Of course, they're both taken into custody following the incident. Isaac was charged with not properly storing the bang implement and unalivement by culpable negligence. Which, you know, no shiz, Sherlock. You're just gonna, I don't know, lob around a bang implement in a freaking backpack and then think it's the best idea in the whole wide world to give said backpack with said bang implement in it to your freaking 10-year-old daughter. Freaking, I'm sorry, but she's indefinitely in the running for freaking Mother of the Year, don't you think? Now, the article here says it's unclear why police decided to charge the 10-year-old, and it's not known what lies ahead for her. Yeah, of course the 10-year-old's going to be charged. Don't you think? Am I being hard on this? I don't know, but if the 10-year-old kind of was like, I've got a bang implement, someone's fighting me mother, I know the best way to win that situation, why wouldn't the 10-year-old be charged? I don't know. Maybe it's too harsh because it's a 10-year-old and, you know, they're not fully capable of deciding, maybe. I can kind of get that and then kind of question why the 10-year-old's being charged. Maybe. I'm a little bit torn on it. But in a statement, State Attorney Monique Worrell said the case was one of the most tragic she'd seen throughout her career. She says, our office has started the process of reviewing this case and will consider all of the facts, including the age of the child and all of the surrounding circumstances when making a charging decision, it read. She says, we want to be clear in stating that no charging decision has been made by our office. However, we anticipate that whatever charges we eventually file, if any, will ensure she receives the interventions necessary to address her behaviour, help her change and grow, and ensure the public's safety going forward. We encourage the public to remember that no matter your feelings surrounding this tragedy, this is still a child. And that is correct. Putting it into perspective, this is just a 10-year-old child. And like I said earlier on, in terms of me being torn on whether this child should be charged or not, you know, I did say, look, you know, she's 10-year-old. She's not fully, in terms of her faculties of being able to rationally decide what to do, this, that, and the other. You know, not much experience, right? Not an adult. It is just a child. So maybe then, in terms of like getting my opinions fully formed on this as I go along with this story, maybe it's a case of the child obviously relocated somewhere else to a safer pair of hands in terms of bringing her up, right? And getting, you know, the psychological help that's required so that this child knows that when there's an altercation, don't resort to that kind of thing. There's better ways for conflict resolution than that. But definitely the mother. Definitely the mother has to be charged and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. That I am certain on 100%. But yeah, guys, at the end, I've sounded my gob off long enough and had a bit of a rant. What do you guys think? Sound off of your gobs in the comments down below. And if you loved this video and you love news and true crime on the daily served with a little bit of sass and gobbiness, which is basically this, right? You need to make sure that you smash the hell out of that subscribe button, like, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until the next time, you guys, laters.